just like to see my file before I leave the village. I'd just like to see my file before I leave the village. Narrow, thin board. I found it amongst the remains of the fair. Madame Fortuna's business card. You'll see your future, with a phone number on it. The sales girl is terrified of me. As long as I don't ask her any questions, then I probably won't give her a heart attack. The cafe waiter is a real stiff. Maybe he's just swallowed something rather nasty? I'll just ask him. Hi.
Good day, sir.
You almost look like a waiter to me.
You're absolutely right, sir. My name is Edward.
It's a nice cafe you've got here.
Thank you, sir. I do all I can to keep it that way.
Aren't cafes a bit uncommon in England?
If you say so, sir. But I think this place deserves an alternative to that drunkard's dive over there.
You've got lots of photos of the people of Willow Creek in here. Have you got any of the Gordons?
Sorry, sir, but the Gordons do not keep company in these humble rooms.
Where do they keep company then?
As far as I know, they very rarely leave their estate. They used to go to church every Sunday, but it's been a long time since they've even done that.
What can you tell me about Willow Creek?
A quiet place. Bad for midwives, they'd find no work here, but ideal for authors, if they happen to write thrillers.
Yeah, or horror stories. Do you know the inspector?
Of course. He's a very good customer. Perhaps a little too good. He likes to keep Denise from doing her work. And she likes being distracted.
So maybe it's not the right job for her.
On the contrary, sir. I tell her father time and again, she's absolutely the right woman for the job. Even the workmen from the castle come down here for a coffee. I really couldn't imagine anyone better for the job than her.
I'd better be going.
Please, do us the honor again soon, sir.
Later. I've asked all I want to know for the moment. I'll just leave him in peace for now. That must be the Glance River. Who should I call? All the people whose numbers I knew by heart are now dead. I've had enough of my future for today. Maybe I'll call her again tomorrow. Who should I call? All the people whose numbers I knew by heart are now dead.
Jones and Partners Chambers. Please leave your name and telephone number. We're in your corner. I'll only go in there again once I've got a black belt in karate. Or when the pub has a new owner. The sad remains of a bicycle. I don't want to disturb her. There's a poster hanging here. We're rebuilding for you. Soon will be even more spectacular. Experience the horror up close and personal. Reopening on the 1st of December. That's in a few days' time. The sign says Willow Creek Museum. Murray hopes to attract tourists that way.
Okay, this is my last chance to get my hands on the file. I somehow need to stop the letter from vanishing irretrievably into the mailbag. The mailbag is stretched over a kind of hanger. I could lay something over it so that the letter doesn't fall into the bag. The board is just the right size. It'll go straight on top of the mailbag so that when the constable posts the letter, I can easily pull it out again. It worked. Let's see what's in here. Friday afternoon, 12:30. Oh, they must have discovered the body then. The time of death in this valley was the previous evening, Thursday, between 10 and midnight. Cause of death, burned alive after a blow to the back of the head. Grim. Witness interviews. Well, let's see. Not important. Saw nothing. It continues. Friday, 1837. Emergency services called out. At that time, I was in the ruins of the old academy with Angelina, Lewis, and my mother. Then, Saturday, 12:06 a.m. Fire under control. At that time, I was running from the ruins in the direction of the castle. 3 bodies were retrieved. Lady Eleanor Gordon, Edward Bartholomew Bates, the butler, and Sally Wood, the cook. 1 survivor, Lady Victoria Gordon, suffering from severe smoke inhalation. Also on Saturday morning, 12:12 a.m., Darren Michael's arrested on suspicion of arson and murder of Miss Valley. Witness interviews on the subject unproductive, and Lady Victoria Gordon could not as yet be questioned. She remains in shock. After a 2-week period of hospitalization, was discharged of her own wishes to continue medical supervision at home. Hey, it says here that Murray can't remember having seen me in the hotel on Thursday evening. That can't be right. That was exactly when he threw me out of the hotel. Oh, the rat was lying. Just wait. Evidence still insufficient to charge, but strongly suspected of crime. Current state of the investigation. Darren Michael's conduct, as well as his contradictory testimony, is currently being examined for plausibility by the psychiatric expert, Dr. Joyce Winterbottom. Here's a note to Constable Zach. If he's diagnosed as nuts, will he have to be remanded in a loony bin? Possible murder weapon, a torch, still smoldering, which was in Darren Michael's possession when apprehended. He is undergoing forensic examination. Deportation to USA not possible. Release of the suspect on bail on direction of the court. Dr. Winterbottom authorized as prime supervisory agent and point of referral. Good, and I've got 2 new goals already. Visit Victoria and see how she's doing, and let Murray know what I think. I'll write in the file so I don't forget. There are enough empty pages. I can stash the remains of my diary away with it as well.
Then let's see what Murray's got to say in his defense. Definitely not drinking water. Murray stating his patriotism. The old phony. There are a few steps leading down behind the hotel. To the river, I reckon.
Mr. Michaels! Welcome back to Gordon's Palace. We missed you here.
How's that? The last time we saw each other was Thursday, 3 weeks ago, when you threw me out of the hotel.
Thrown out of the hotel? How did that happen then?
The thing with the sewers, the secret entrance in Angelina's room. That ring any bells?
Really? Oh yes, there was something. Ah, well, please excuse me. I did overreact a little. I hope you're not going to bear a grudge, though, Mr. Michaels. I'm very happy to make things up with you. You'll also understand that I couldn't hold your reservation for such a long period. Unfortunately, your room is occupied at the moment. But you can have another, a bigger, nicer one, for a small price, really. And for such a room, a ridiculously tiny price.
So you've remembered then? Very good. Then please go right back to the police and tell them that you know exactly where I was on the evening that Miss Valley was murdered.
Was that the same day? Are you sure? Now, it may well have been. I don't pay much attention to that kind of thing. Why should I? It's really nothing to do with me.
You two-faced snake! I insist you march down to the inspector and tell him you want to change your statement.
Mr. Michaels, you're free. I don't understand your problem.
I'm only out on bail.
Oh, my congratulations. I'm sure that wasn't cheap. However, in spite of that, I still don't see why I should get involved with things that don't concern me.
You can't be serious. Thanks to you, I've just spent the past 3 weeks sitting in a cell as an innocent man.
Mr. Michaels, I really am extremely sorry, but I can't fulfill your request. My own credibility would be on the line if I were to simply change my mind. Unless...
Unless what? Come on, spit it out and quit playing around, you pathetic little blackmailer. Otherwise, I promise you that the murder series will continue. Here and now. No. Admittedly, I'd be the last one who's standing in your way. But a man's gotta do what a man's gotta do, isn't that so? All the same, I would like a photo of you. Nothing sensational. Maybe somewhere in the woods with a knife in your hand. So they can send me straight into the madhouse? No way.
Okay, think about it. A watertight alibi for a tiny little amusing photo. It's not a bad exchange.
You are one nasty dirtbag, Murray. You know that?
I'll even give you a camera to take it with. My best one.
Yeah. Does it still work using a lever?
It's a collector's piece. One of the first instant film cameras on the European market. An SX-70. And still in great condition, too. 15 years ago, a very well-groomed gentleman handed it over to me as a deposit in my pawn shop. He never picked it up again. So, you can say that I obtained it quite legitimately. And now, I entrust you with it. Pay attention, I'll tell you how it works.
That's okay. I'll work it out, if I choose to use it.
But that's not all. I've got another present for you. Here, a brand new rucksack. And free food and lodgings for as long as you wish, Mr. Michaels. Accept it as a peace offering and reparations for the trouble with the statement.
You really are a few cards short of a full deck.
Mr. Michaels, wait!
What do you want now?
Forget the woods. In front of the castle would definitely have much more impact. The photo, I mean.
And people think I'm crazy. Huh. Blackmere Castle in poster format. I wonder who would hang this kind of thing above their bed. A big trolley for the masses of baggage the tourists that flock through here have with them. Murray always did have a bit of a tendency towards delusions of grandeur. The Willow Creek Telegraph. The guests need to be kept up to date with what the murderer is up to. This is information about all the attractions Willow Creek has to offer. The Murder Museum. The crime scene route including a flying visit to the pub and a group photo in front of the castle. I don't really want to know anymore. Huh, what have we got here? Bloody greetings from the murder village. See Blackmere Castle and die. Hello and goodbye with the Gordons. Quite a one-sided selection of cards. A telephone. Murray, my favorite hotelier. Obliging, helpful, polite, and always on the lookout to maximize his profits on the back of crime. A bowl of apples. Probably poisoned. A rucksack with a contorted image of my father's face on it. I'm not sure Murray's actually allowed to sell crap like this. Whatever, I'll sue him for that later. First of all, let's see what's inside. Plastic soul key, check. Batteries, none. Murray tight ass, check. One of Murray's merchandise articles. Blood-splattered plastic knife. Great for Halloween, especially in combination with a Samuel Gordon mask. A lighter with Samuel's face on it. I could probably laugh about it if it wasn't my own father. My hotel key. Wow, I've got room number 2 this time. A Polaroid camera. Murray gave it to me. My good old SLR sadly never made it out of the ruins. There are a few steps leading down behind the hotel. To the river, I reckon. Hi, Murray.
Oh, the esteemed Mr. Michaels. What's on your mind?
This photo of me that you've pictured.
Only a small favor. A tiny exertion on your part. Nothing huge. You just have to smear yourself with a little blood and swing a knife about. In a scary sort of way, of course.
Well, naturally. Oh, and best naked under a full moon by the lighthouse, yeah?
You're the pro. I trust your aesthetic sense completely.
Who's guaranteeing that you won't immediately run to the cops with it?
And what would I get out of that? You're judging me completely wrongly. Anyway, anyone would see that it's completely staged. I don't want anything authentic. Rather something somewhat stylized. Like for a movie poster.
You want to make a poster out of it?
I'm thinking more of a life-sized cardboard figure for the hotel entrance. Or if you wouldn't have anything against that.
Do what you want. Just make sure you change your statement at the police station.
Understood.
Do you know the inspector, Mr. Spooner?
Oh yes, I certainly do. He was here twice. Took half the hotel apart. A terribly inconsiderate fellow. But good for business, too. How often, as a tourist, do you have the chance to see this kind of an investigation firsthand? Unfortunately, he confiscated all of your and Miss Angelina's personal effects. Means I can only display replicas in the museum.
What bad luck. So, anything exciting happen?
You mean, apart from Miss Valley's murder and the castle burning down and 3 people losing their lives? Well, the fair's finished. In its place, we now have a new exhibition in the Willow Creek Museum of Modern Murder. It's opening in a few days. Oh, you should definitely see that. It's worth it.
Oh yeah. For you? Most definitely. But you know I had nothing to do with the fire, don't you?
Yes, well, according to the papers...
Yeah, the British tabloid press is world-renowned for its believability.
Well, of course, they don't always have the whole truth in there, but the headlines do help me to keep the hotel going.
In this case, at my expense. See you, Murray.
Back to work.
lifted clean off its hinges. They were probably broken. Back there's just a little sitting area. 2 armchairs, a table, a shelf with books. Boring. The floor plan of the hotel. All of the rooms are drawn on it. Huh, Murray's office is right next to my room. The floor plan of the hotel. All of the rooms are drawn on it. Huh, Murray's office is right next to my room. The room looks almost exactly the same as the other one I had 3 weeks ago. I bet Murray got a discount on the interior decoration. While I'm here, I may as well put away the stuff I don't want to carry around with me. There's only atmospheric noise. You probably have to pay extra to get TV channels. An antiquated thing for antiquated backsides. Views of Willow Creek. At least it's better than portraits of my bloodthirsty relatives. The only thing I brought with me from Boston is a jacket, and I keep that on day and night. This thing is completely useless to me. Murray's office is right behind this wall. Murray's office is right. I wouldn't know why I'd want to start a conversation with that idiot.
There's nothing for you in there.
I've no idea where that path leads. Before I get myself lost in the woods, I'd rather stay on the road. That's actually a no parking sign, but I guess in this context it means stay out. There's barbed wire attached to the wooden gate. Someone's got something against unwanted visitors. A locked gate made of rotten planks. The barbed wire and the sign are nailed to the gate. That means you can open or close it from the other side without touching the barbed wire. Lighthouse. It must have collapsed many years ago. The spiral staircase is completely decayed. The lighthouse hasn't been used for ages. I found Miss Valley's corpse here. Yes, right here. But there's no evidence of the crime to be seen. Next spring, lovers will be back here, looking out at the sea, arm in arm. North Sea. This is where England stops. Fine English cliffs, gray and steep. Perfect for bringing your life to an end. Whoever drives here with a car is either quite brave or quite stupid. An English sky that no travel brochure can ever do justice to. Aimlessly wander through the woods? No thanks. The last time I did that, I got arrested for arson and murder. All the warnings, the barbed wire, that has to make this path incredibly interesting. I'd really like to know what's behind all that. A busted signpost. You could hardly make out what he used to say. That's the road to Warmhill, Willow Creek's neighboring village. Well, village is a little bit of an exaggeration, but at least there's a church there. I don't want to walk there, though. Well, I have no reason to. Spectacular backdrop, huh? But as I'm already here, I ought to look in on Lady Victoria and ask how she's doing. The gate is locked shut. One of 3 nymphs that guard the castle and are supposed to provide light. Old Bates used to use the nymphs as a mnemonic device. In Greek mythology, nymphs often accompany superior divinities. They were seen as the benevolent spirits of trees, grottos, or important places. Well, that's my knowledge of nymphs pretty much exhausted. Oh, you've got a new doorbell with an intercom system.
there?
My name's Adrian Gordon. I'd like to see Lady Victoria, please. Hello?
Come in, Mr. Gordon. Lady Victoria has just woken up.
Yes, of course.
Please excuse the chaos. The builders are working on the renovations.
You're looking after Lady Victoria?
Yes. I'm a trained nurse of your...
Great-grandmother.
I take care of all of your great-grandmother's needs.
Thank you, Miss...
Angelina. Sister Angelina.
Thank you, Sister Angelina. Can I just ask you something? How is Lady Victoria?
As well as can be expected. She's not speaking to me, unfortunately. Perhaps you'll have better luck.
Do you think that being in the middle of a construction site is the right place for such an old lady?
Lady Victoria was most insistent that she be moved back into the castle. She said that she'd been born here and that she wanted to die here. And the walls here are rather thick. She doesn't hear that much. At least she hasn't complained as of yet.
God, looks like a death chamber in here. Oh, I can feel a chill rate to my heart. I can only hope Victoria gets better soon.